Good evening. Today I'll talk about from migration to motivation, measures needed for the development of Purulia district. So here, as you can tell by the topic, it's all about our district like Purulia, situated in West Bengal. Now here, from migration to motivation. Now here, we're going to discuss as all of the points of Purulia district which are needed for development and improvement of it. So here it is an informative report. So basically this is just a report of all the points and so the things that are needed for the development of Purulia. So here Purulia, the westernmost district of West Bengal, yes, the westernmost because it's the most western or westernmost district of West Bengal, primarily because it's in the west. It's known for its beautiful hills, forests, tribal culture, chonats, pulash flowers, and hard-working people. So here it's obviously a famous and also known for its beautiful hills, forest, tribal culture, chodans, pulash flowers, and hard-working people. Those are the things that Purulia is known for. Now, the district possesses rich natural beauty and cultural cultural heritage. So here it has its own unique natural beauty. So because of the things that it's known for, it makes it unique. Everything is unique, and yet despite these trends, despite all these good things that Purulia have a large number of people from Purulia forced to leave their homes every year in search of work. Now here, even though it has many good qualities, people from Purulia, they often have to leave their homes to search for work, because apparently they cannot get that good jobs in Purulia. They're forced to just go out. So here many migrate to states like Kerala, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu and Delhi to earn their livelihood as laborers. So here they go to other states which are far more developed than us. For example, Kerala, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Delhi, in order to earn their livelihood. So migration has become a serious social and economic issue in Purulia. Yes, it is a big issue because many people are just living in this district, which is not so good, because we obviously need a lot. Because for a culture we obviously need people, but here people of the size of the society are just living. So here the lack of industries, unemployment, poor irrigation, weak infrastructure and limited education opportunities are some of the major reasons behind this problem. So the main reasons are a lack of industries. There's rarely any official industries in here. Unemployment, obviously unemployment are those without the rate of people without jobs or any sort of profession. Poor irrigation with obviously poor soil and for farmers. A weak infrastructure, with a very weak infrastructure that can easily just be knocked down with a lot of issues, and limited education and opportunities. Those are the main reasons behind this. Now here, therefore, proper development plans are urgently needed to reduce migrant labor and improve the quality of life of the local people. So have to improve on those in order to prevent people from migrating. They don't need to migrate. So here are some points. Number one is development of agriculture and irrigation. Like I said, poor irrigation. Agriculture is the backbone of Purulia's economy. Yes, it basically is the support structure. Most villagers depend on farming because it's their main profession, but due to less rainfall and dry land, because there's not so much rainfall going on and also a dry soil, agriculture remains uncertain. Many farmers can grow crops only during the monsoon season. Obviously, it's when the most rainfall occurs. Now here With improving agriculture, the government should build more dams, ponds, and irrigation canals, and also promote rainwater harvesting and supply modern farming equipment at low cost. So here what the government should do is to make more dams, obviously for more supply of water, also ponds too, and irrigation canals used for obviously irrigation, and promote rainwater harvesting in order to conserve water for later use, and supply modern farming equipment at low cost. All those high quality farming equipment at a very low costs, so farmers can get them easily. So that is number 1. Number 2 is establishment of small and medium industries. Now, like I said, there's lack of industries in here. Purulia has very few industries compared to other districts. Industrial development and create thousands of jobs for local youths. Now, obviously, I said that unemployment, or the rate of people without any sort of profession. So here the district has good potential for agro-based industries, lac and silk industries, handicraft and mask making industries at Charida, and so on. So here there are very few industries here in Purulia. So in order to improve on that, we have to make agro-based industries basically related to agriculture, lac and silk industries for making various things used in our daily life like mattresses, clothes, all those things, and also handicraft and mask making industries at Charida. Now Charida is famous for its toe masks, so it can also create an industry there. So that is number 2. Number 3 is promotion of tourism, or getting more tourists to come into Purulia. Now Purulia is full of natural beauty and tourist attractions. Places like Ajodhya Hills, Khairabera Dam, Marble Lake, and Charida attract many visitors every year. Tourism can become a major source of income if properly developed. Now here in Purulia, tourism is not a problem. Obviously there are many destinations like Ajodhya Hills, Khairabera Dam, Marble Lake, and Charida. That's no issue. But it can also be profited only if it's done right. For example, we have to make better roads and transport facilities so the tourists can go easily, and the construction of hotels and eco resorts, obviously where we can stay, and promotion of tribal culture and folk music, and also having the influence of folk culture and tribal culture and folk music, so they can be more integrated into the society. Now number 4 is improvement of education and skill training. Now for education, many young people in Purulia remain unemployed because they lack technical skills. Now obviously it's because of education, they lack education, so that's why they are unemployed. They cannot get any promotion. They lack technical skill. Education should not only provide degrees but also practical knowledge. So not only degrees are not to qualify for professions, but also practical knowledge for development. Now here what the district needs are more technical institutes and polytechnic colleges, more technical institutes and more colleges, vocational training centers or where they can train, and computer education in rural schools. Obviously everyone needs computers as for their daily life. It has basically been a part of our daily lives as well, also in rural schools, so they can use it. Now computers are obviously useful for jobs, and that is number 4. Number 5 is better roads, railways, and digital connectivity, or basically better transportation. So infrastructure plays a vital role in development. Many rural areas in Purulia still suffer from poor roads and weak internet connectivity. So like I said, transportation is pretty weak here. There are lots of poor roads and also weak internet. Internet has basically become a part of our life. We cannot live without it. We can basically not live without it. And also poor roads, or you can just describe it as a poor transportation. So the government should focus on repairing village roads because those are the roads which are mainly damaged and have a lot of potholes. Expanding railway connections or making more railways, improving transport services to make traveling more easy and efficient. So that is number 5. Number 6 is forest and environmental and development. This is the final one. Purulia has large forest areas and tribal villages. Like I said, forests and resources can create sustainable livelihoods if managed properly. And here it has no problem in there, it just has to be used properly, or it can be managed properly. So the government should encourage social forestry programs where people can explore and learn about our tribes, our folk culture, and tribal cultures, fruit orchards, and beekeeping and mushroom farming. Yes, he should also know that, so he can survive in the forest once in a while. So that is forest and environmental development. So here, oh wait, there's actually one more, and the final one is government schemes and employment opportunities. Government schemes should reach the real beneficiaries without corruption or delay. So governments should offer lots of schemes for the rural people without any corruption or delay. They must do it right now. So here, authorities should ensure proper implementation of rural employment schemes, or making a sort of program where it can encourage and make more people employed, and financial support for small entrepreneurs or those who are very successful, and they can also be financially supported by the government so they can improve on whatever they're doing. And also easy bank loans for farmers and youths, or making a bank loans for farmers easy. Now the conclusion. Now Purulia is not poor in talent, culture or natural resources. It is qualified in those. District only needs proper planning, investments and sincere implementation of developmental projects. Now it has no problems in those aspects. It just needs to be managed properly with proper planning, investment, and so it can actually succeed. Now if agriculture, tourism, industries, education and infrastructure are developed together, Purulia can become self-reliant and prosperous, which means they can survive or develop on their own. They do not need any outside help. Now migration of laborers is not merely an economic issue, it's also a social pain. So here, not only is migration of laborers to other states for employment as an economic issue, because of people living in the district, Purulia develops a bit less because there's a lack of laborers. It's also a social pain because it also destroys the society and also makes the society very small. Now, our families remain separated from us, children grow up without parents, and many workers face hardship in distant states. Obviously, everyone will experience that if they travel abroad for employment. Now, with our united efforts from the government, local administration, educated youths and common people, and Purulia can move from poverty to progress and from migration to modernization. So here, if there is proper planning and more investment into all those aspects, then Purulia can move from poverty to progress and from migration to modernization and also self-reliant. The dream of a developed Purulia can surely become a reality in the coming years. Now it can become a reality. Anything is possible. Or actually nothing is possible, because if you look in the word, and the word says I'm possible, you can check it. So nothing is impossible, and a Purulia can surely become more progressive and developed in the coming years. But we'll see later. Alright, so that's all for this video. Bye.